Welcome everybody to Intensity Broadcasting. My name is Josh Hall. This is the Doghouse Racing League Tuesday Night Truck Series presented by Shoney's. We're in race number 3 of the series, for the season, excuse me, and we're getting ready for the Nabbit 111 here at Texas Motor Speedway here on iRacing. Jonathan Jennings, currently the fastest truck on the leaderboard. No surprise there. Run a little different paint job this week. Got that GoPro machine rocking it up at the top of the leaderboard. Michael Samia sits back second fastest, then Adam Gardner, Mike Leftwich, and Kevin Thompson. Let's take a look at our points coming into tonight. I see Jonathan Jennings at the top of the leaderboard over Justin McMahon, Steve Gerber. Austin McGill moves up 18 positions up in the 4th, and then Kevin Thompson falls back 2 positions back in 5th. Then you have Mike Leftwich, Lucas Edwards, Ricky Montgomery, Ricky Hudges, and Donnie Hughes, your top 10. You can see where your favorite driver is on the leaderboard here. Before we put that away and we get ready to talk more about this Texas Motor Speedway. So Texas Motor Speedway, that D-shaped oval with the dog leg, so kind of a quad oval, if you will, on the front stretch. A little bit different than Charlotte and Atlanta, simply because of the banking. So turns 1 and 2, you'll see are very, very wide. But then as you come off of turn 3 and off of turn number 4, it really narrows up off the corner. So these drivers are going to have to compete with that all night long, and they'll actually have a little bit of a view where we can see that. So if you look at the static view here, you see just how wide turns 1 and 2 are. But then as they come through turns 3 and 4, you can see how much more narrow the turn is and just how narrow it is coming off of turn number 4 and down onto the front stretch. So watch all night long for that to be a bit of a trouble spot for these drivers coming off of turn number 4. See the 76 of Lucas Edwards there in that New England machine. I want to make sure I've got everybody's paint jobs correct. Yeah, we do have paint jobs on there, so that is just what he runs, is a New England paint job, which, as a New England boy myself, that's pretty cool to see. We got about almost just about 3 minutes left here in practice. So, of course, we want to thank everybody who's already tuned in here tonight for joining us, whether you're watching on Facebook, on YouTube, on Twitch, or over on Kick. We do appreciate you joining us here for the Nabbit 110 here at Texas Motor Speedway. Of course, if this is your first time here, don't forget to hit that follow button, like, follow, and subscribe. Hit that little notification bell so you know anytime we go live here on Intensity Broadcasting. See Michael Samia, currently the 3rd quickest driver out on the racetrack. See who else is out on the racetrack. We see Justin McMahon in that 24 machine, currently 2nd fastest, getting his practice laps in before we get underway. Justin Hughes back in 17th quickest. Well, it doesn't matter where you practice, it's where you qualify and where you race. The Texas Motor Speedway is one of those tracks where it gets really racy as the race gets on. It's a little bit of a newer racing surface, so as the race progresses, tire wear becomes a huge factor here at Texas. It's really easy to burn that right front tire off. So we'll be watching for that tonight, seeing who can manage their equipment the best. As we see one truck up into the outside wall. Not sure who that was. I believe it was the, yeah, that was the 9 truck of Stephen Buonomo. So about 30 seconds left here in practice. See Christopher Simon out on the racetrack as well. And don't be surprised to see a couple drivers making some contact with that outside wall coming off of turn number 2. It's really easy, again, to push up off the corner and catch an outside wall. Now we see the sun is setting, which means the track is going to start getting faster and faster as the sun goes down and the moon comes up and the lights go on. But as speeds increase, it's also going to increase the tire wear, so watch for all of that to take effect as we see Simon get up into that wall just a little bit off of turn number 2, just like I was talking about. So we'll see how these drivers are able to manage and navigate this track as we get ready for qualifying here at Texas Motor Speedway. Of course, we want to thank all of our great partners here at Texas Motor Speedway. Of course, we have our race sponsor, which is the Nabbit 110. As we have our first trucks making their way out onto the racetrack. And it looks like our first driver is going to be the 89 of Dominic Hughes. Hughes comes off of turn number 4, coming to take the green flag on his first of 2 laps here. You want to get down right down on that white line as you come through the corner. That's the quickest way around the racetrack, and that's where the most grip is. Although you don't want to exceed that white line, it's really easy to get a little bit over that white line. That can really upset the truck as he's coming off of turn number 4. He sets the first lap of qualifying with a 30.76, and then we see Frank Hughes jump him, then Chris Leftwich, now Jonathan Jennings up to the top of the leaderboard. You see the tower there was just Jennings, Leftwich, Hughes. But then Daniel Wilkerson comes up and breaks up the Hughes party there. There's Michael Samia up into the second position. Adam Gardner back in third. And Adam had a win here, I believe, at Texas last year. As we see Dominic Hughes finish his qualifying attempt as Leftwich comes across the line. He's going to be currently quickest ahead of Jonathan Jennings. Justin McMahon off of turn number 4 down to the stripe. And McMahon is going to be good enough for the 5th position. We'll see what Samia is able to do here off of turn number 4. And he's going to stay currently in the 7th position. Gary Clune coming down to the start-finish line. And Clune's going to stay in the 11th spot currently. We see Kevin Thompson down into turns 1 and 2. See Samuelian on Twitch saying, "Let's go, Lucas." As here comes the 21 of Thompson off of turn number 4 down towards the stripe and the checkered flag. And Kevin Thompson is going to go P3. It's currently the 3rd fastest driver on the racetrack. The 21 of Kevin Thompson. We see Richard Leclerc coming off of turn number 4, coming to get the checkered flag. And Leclerc is going to stay in that 22nd place. Here's Ricky Montgomery. And Montgomery's going to go 14th quickest. See, K-Doggy says, "Have fun, boys, at work tonight." That would be Kevin Powell, I believe. I'm almost positive that's Kevin Powell. If I'm mistaken, please let me know in the chat there. Gary Maydew just took the green flag on his first of 2 laps. No, that's Kevin Brown, 33. I take that back. I just realized the name. So Kevin Brown in the 33, unfortunately, will not be able to make the race tonight. Stuck at work. Also, looks like Steve Gerber has taken a start and park for the race, so he will not be in the race as well. Yep, Kevin Brown. I apologize for that, Kevin, but at least I was able to figure it out quickly. About 30 seconds left. Maydew coming down the backstretch on his second lap. This is going to do it for qualifying. He's going to be the last truck to make it out on the racetrack. And off of turn number 4 in the Kiss machine. And Maydew is going to jump up to the 12th position. So that is going to do it for qualifying here tonight. Of course, I want to thank everybody again for joining us here tonight, whether you're watching on Facebook, on YouTube, or over on Twitch. Do appreciate you joining us here tonight. Don't forget to hit that like button, follow, and subscribe. Hit that little notification bell so you know anytime we go live here on Intensity Broadcasting. Of course, I want to thank all of our great partners, including our race sponsor, Nabbit 111, for sponsoring tonight's race. Of course, as always, we want to thank our series sponsor, Shoney's. Doghouse Racing League's Tuesday Night Truck Series is proud to be sponsored by Shoney's. Shoney's is open daily for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Stop by one of their West Virginia locations and try one of their freshly prepared legendary breakfast bar and take home a whole strawberry pie. Shoney's, delicious food and friendly service since 1947. Of course, we want to thank all of our great partners here on Intensity Broadcasting as well, including Race EPI for all your iRacing setups and coaching needs. Visit raceepi.com. Check out our website, support the channel by visiting intensitybroadcasting.com, where you can find hats, t-shirts, coffee mugs, not just of Intensity swag, but some of our leagues as well. You can also find Atlee Atman Weiss's racing gear, a couple other local racers down in the Virginia area. So you can check all that out over at intensityracing.com. Of course, don't forget to check out our buddies over at the Butt Kicker. Butt Kicker is an established and well-known leader in gaming haptics. The award-winning line of Butt Kicker products lets users feel low-frequency sounds. Their products are used and endorsed around the world by leading PC and console gamers, including professional sim racers. Patented design makes them incredibly accurate, powerful, and virtually indestructible. The Gamer Plus is a new and powerful sim racing haptic that reproduces powerful sim racing, flight sim, and gaming effects. Check out the full line of Butt Kicker products to figure out which one right for you. Visit thebuttkicker.com. And of course, for all your Doghouse Racing stats, standings, and driver information and news, check out doghouseracingle.com. There is a link down below in the description. As we get ready to take a look at our starting grid, starting with your poles here tonight, the 13 of Chris Leftwich with Jonathan Jennings starting in P number 2. Kevin Thompson in the 21, he'll roll off third with Mike Leftwich from the 4th position. Then Adam Gardner and Justin McMahon make up row number 3. Daniel Wilkerson and Lucas Edwards in row number 4. And Jeffrey Wimmer and Michael Samia round out your top 10. 11th will be Frank Hughes Jr. with Gary Maydew back in 12th. 13th, Justin Hughes and Gary Clune back in 14th. Row number 8, we'll see Ricky Montgomery and Marshall Johnson, followed by Bill Gentry and Ricky Hudges II back in row number 9. And finally, row 10, we'll find Mark Dumont and Steven Bonomo. Row 11 is Christopher Simon and Dominic Hughes, followed by Richard Leclerc and Ricky Williams back in row number 12. Row 13, Leander Johnson, Eddie Rivers, and rounding out the field here tonight. Oh, that's going to do it. That's going to round out the field here tonight as we get ready for 74 laps around this awesome Texas Motor Speedway. Pace car is leading the field into turn number 3, getting ready to take that hard left-hand turn down on the pit road. And Christopher Leftwich is going to lead them down to the green flag. Coming down to the starting zone. Green flag is in the air. We are racing here at Texas, and a great start for these 26 drivers making their way down towards turn number 1, and already Kevin Thompson was taking a look down to the inside, trying to already take over the lead. Jonathan Jennings loses a spot now. He's going to fall back into the 3rd position as they rocket off of turn number 2, and Chris Leftwich holding on to that top spot as all the other trucks kind of fan their way down off of turn number 2 as they file down into turn number 3 for the first time. And Chris Leftwich starting to pull away just a little bit from 2nd place Kevin Thompson. You see Jonathan Jennings right there in the tire tracks of the 21 as they come across the line for the first time. It is Chris Leftwich who's going to lead the first lap. Adam Gardner was able to move around the 24 of Justin McMahon to move himself up into the 4th position. That's sliding McMahon back into the 5th spot. And right now, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, that was the 3 most dominating drivers of last season. As you see Kevin Thompson trying to trace down Chris Leftwich already. We know Adam Gardner has speed at this track as Justin McMahon is working around the outside of Adam Gardner. Again, he did win this race last season. He's looking to go back-to-back in this season as well. Right now fighting with Justin McMahon for that 4th position, 4th and 5th. Side by side, right behind we see the 76 of Lucas Edwards in that New England machine. He's trying to find his way through as well. Meanwhile, up front, Jonathan Jennings taking a look down underneath Kevin Thompson. It's a battle for the 2nd position, and Thompson is going to have to yield that position to Jennings as Jennings now moves into the 2nd position. But here comes a crossover attempt from Kevin Thompson, but not quite close enough to make that crossover work. A little further back, we see a battle. Daniel Wilkerson was taking a look down to the inside. The 63 of Gary Maydew trying to work around the outside. Wilkerson's falling back right now. He's already dropped 6 spots since the drop of the green flag. But there's a lot of racing left as we see Adam Gardner and Justin McMahon continuing to battle for 4th and 5th. And right behind we see Lucas Edwards starting to get a little bit of a challenge from Frank Hughes Jr. See some side-by-side action a little further back. Daniel Wilkerson, Gary Maydew. Wilkerson trying to work his way back forward. Unfortunately hits the apron there on that entrance there at turn number 3, and that upsets the truck enough where he's not able to keep that forward momentum. Oh, and almost some contact between Wilkerson and Maydew. So Wilkerson's going to take that position, and now he's immediately going to go after. Sorry, that was Maydew able to take that position. And right in front, we see Jeffrey Wimmer trying to make a move to the inside of Ricky Hudges II. Well, that's going on. We see Adam Gardner now chasing down the 91 and the 21. Gardner trying to look up to the high side of Kevin Thompson. Now Gardner and Thompson side by side. Gardner trying to use that high lane momentum to push himself forward. Thompson able to tuck right in line behind Jennings. Second through 7th now knows the tail behind Christopher Leftwich, who still has almost a 1-second lead over 2nd place Jonathan Jennings. So Chris Leftwich just running away with it early on, but we're only on lap number 10. We have a lot of racing left. Right now, Chris Leftwich showing he is the class of the field early in the going of this race. A little further back, we've got a battle side by side between the 63 and the 73. This is Maydew and Wimmer. See Maydew able to use that high lane, try to get that momentum off the corner, but so far Wimmer able to stay right down on the door and able to keep that 63 behind. A little bit of side draft there from the 63, trying to pull that 73 backwards, but Wimmer too strong currently, but Maydew strong on the high side. So these two just kind of stalling each other out. Neither one of them able to get anything going. Now Maydew finally does clear Wimmer down into turn number 3. But it's about a 1 second gap up to Ricky Hudges up in 10th. Meanwhile, up front, Chris Lethwich lead is starting to shrink. It was 0.8 of a second. Now it's down to just about half a second. You saw Justin McMahon trying to take a look down underneath Adam Gardner, but just not close enough to make anything happen. So Gardner continues to hold on to that 4th spot. See in the YouTube chat, Fat Checka says, hello, welcome from Wayne County, Indiana. Good to see you in the chat there. Let's know who you're cheering for here tonight. Let's know whether you're watching on Facebook, on YouTube, or on Twitch, or even over on Kick. Let us know who you're cheering on here tonight. Who you think is going to get the win, as now Lethwich has a mirror full of the 91 of Jonathan Jennings. Kevin Thompson thought about making a move down to the inside, but just was not close enough to make anything happen. As we take a look off the back bumper of Chris Lethwich, and here comes the move to the inside. Jennings trying to take the lead away from Chris Lethwich, who's held the lead since the drop of the green flag. Coming to the end of lap number 15, and Jonathan Jennings is going to lead this lap. He's going to pull Kevin Thompson right along with him. Now Thompson trying to take a look down to the inside, but not able to take that look to the inside of Jonathan Jennings. Andrew St. Cor says, let's go 21. So he's cheering on Kevin Thompson here tonight. Thompson able to stay right there in the tire tracks of the 91 of Jonathan Jennings. Top 3 nose to tail. You can throw a blanket over the top 3. There was not an inch between any of those trucks. Now Kevin Thompson taking a look down to the inside, trying to take over that second position as they rocket down the backstretch towards turn number 3. Thompson has that inside lane, but we've seen that high lane able to roll the top just a little bit better at times. And we're seeing that again out of Chris Lethwich, who's able to hold on to that second spot. Meanwhile, Al Gardner still has Justin McMahon right behind. McMahon's just not able to get anything going just yet. A little further back, we got another battle going on. We see Christopher Simon working his way up into the 14th position, up 7 positions from where he started. Another big mover, the 89 of Dominic Hughes, up 9 positions, up in the 13th. So a couple big movers through the field. Also, Ricky Hudges a second. Another big mover currently up into the 10th position. Up in the 10th, started in the 18th position, so again, some big movers through the field so far already here tonight. Jonathan Jennings still out in the lead. See Kevin Thompson and Chris Lethwich battling it out for the second spot. Here's St. Cor says, and the 56 and the 11. Hey, you can have more than one dog in the fight. Nothing wrong with that. Speaking of that 56, we see Adam Gardner starting to reel in our top three. As we're now working lap 21 of 74. Now the question is going to be, what's the strategy going to be here tonight? We know tires are going to be a premium, so we'll see these drivers coming down and taking 4 tires on their stop, most definitely. But do you run it dry? Or do you try a short pit? Right now it seems like everybody's been pretty clean. We see all 26 drivers out on the racetrack. And things starting to get a little bit spread out throughout the field. Take a look here from our iRacing blimp, and you can see just how spread out the pack is starting to get. Because there's our leaders, and we slide back just a little bit. You can see pretty much the field pretty spread out right now, so chances of a yellow coming out at this point. And you see Richard Leclerc just going into turn number 1, and our leader just coming off of turn number 4. So and now everybody just kind of minding their P's and Q's, trying to get through that first pit stop. See if they can make something happen afterwards, as Justin McMahon is climbed right back to the back bumper of Adam Gardner, trying to take over that position. He's going to take a look down to the inside as they go into turn number 4. Side by side into the quad oval. Adam Gardner up on the high side, trying to fight off the hard charging Justin McMahon through the quad oval and into turn number 1. McMahon's going to take that position away. And one thing they did when they reconfigured this track is they changed the banking a little bit through turns 1 and 2. The transition from the banking to the straightaway off of turn number 2 used to be tremendous. It used to be jarring for these trucks. Very difficult to hold on to the truck coming off of turn number 2. Since then, they've really kind of evened out the transition a little bit more, so you don't see trucks getting as loose off of turn number 4 as we had seen in years prior. Now that Justin McMahon's moved up into the 4th position, he's starting to run down the 13 of Chris Leftwich. A little further back, we see a battle back here. Dominic Hughes battling back up here with Gary Maydew and Christopher Simon right behind. These 3 trucks are battling for 11th, 12th, and 13th. Yellow's out on the track. Caution is out on the racetrack. Jeffrey Wimmer has hit pit road, but I don't see what has brought out this caution. That's going to bring out our first wreckage rewind of the night. Trying to take a look, trying to see what brought out this caution. Not quite sure. Still trying to oh, there it is. What is it, 34? All right, so found out what brought out the caution. Thank you for your patience as we tried to find it. See Gary Clune and Bill Gentry racing side by side. Looks like Gentry might have came up the track just a little bit. At the same time, Clune came down the track. Two drivers just occupying the same piece of real estate, and that brings out your caution as everybody has made their way down on the pit road. Everybody loves that wreckage rewind clip. So, yeah, I just haven't had a chance to change it just yet. On vacation from my normal job, so I haven't been on my computer down here. I have two computers, a work computer and a personal computer, and haven't been on this computer since Friday. So really haven't had a chance to change the wreckage rewind. Of course, I can easily do that. I've got plenty of wreckage rewinds that available. Maybe we'll do something a little bit different for next week's race. Oh, I'm sorry, there's no race next week. So with the holiday next Monday, we will be off here on Tuesday night. So there will be no Doghouse Racing League race on the Tuesday after Labor Day. So enjoy your Labor Day weekend. And we'll catch you right back here the following week. With that being said, well, I take it back. We will be here next week, the 29th. It is September 3rd that we will not be here. So, yeah, September 3rd is the holiday. So next week, we'll be at the Milwaukee Mile. For 75 laps. And the SCSRA All-Star race will be next week as well, because their final race of the season is tonight. So don't forget to tune in after this one's over. We'll be going live right again from Phoenix Raceway as the SCSRA Morris Customs Truck Series finishes their season at Phoenix. Final four have been set. It's going to be a great race to the finish. So as we get the cars re-racked, restacked, getting ready to refire here at Texas Motor Speedway. We'll have about 44 laps to make it to the end. I believe these drivers should be good on fuel here the way out. They may have to save a little bit. We'll have to see how the fuel situation goes. But here we go. Jonathan Jennings will be your leader coming down to the Geico restart zone. Green flags back in the air. We are back racing. A huge jump for Jennings and McMahon. Adam Gardner caught sleeping. He's going to fall all the way back into the third position. Jennings just able to fire off as we got a great battle back here. We see Chris Leftwich, Lucas Edwards right behind Frank Hughes Jr. all battling for position, trying to make the best of these cold tires, these fresh tires. Oh, some contact. Samia gets turned through the grass, able to hold on to it. What a save for Michael Samia. No caution. We stay green. We'll take a look to see exactly what just transpired there. We see Samia off the front bumper of the 55 of Ricky Hudges a second. Just three drivers kind of just battling for position there. And what a save, sliding through the grass. Got that wheel cocked all the way to the right. Now back to the left, trying to keep that truck going in the right direction. Swings it back to the right. Catches pit road and able to get that truck right back on track. So no caution. Great save for Samia as we see Christopher Simon battling with Gary Madu. Back for the 10th position. How about this? Adam Gardner fell back on the restart, fell all the way back into the third position, and now he has just taken the lead away from Jonathan Jennings, which tells me that Jennings either A, is not firing off as well as he'd like to on these restarts, or B, he might be trying to save a little bit of fuel because they might have to stop one more time. We see Michael Samia down on pit road. I don't know if he's serving a penalty or what there, but he had to come down pit road. He's going to lose a few laps now as the field comes across the line to start lap number 36. Or complete lap 36, excuse me. And Samia has completed 33 laps as one driver coming down pit road. That is a 117 of Richard Leclerc. Gardner's helmet looks so creepy. Yeah, the smiley face helmet is something that Adam's been. I believe it's the crash dummy helmet. You can see when it's nighttime and they have that clear visor, it looks a little bit creepy for sure. Can actually do one of these right here and. That smiley face, you see it in the mirror there, and definitely a unique look. And he's got the crash dummy driver suit, so a little battle shaking up here between Frank Hughes Jr. and Chris Leftwich. It's a battle for 6th and 7th. As Leftwich is going to hold on to that 6th position. How about Lucas Edwards? Lucas Edwards up into the 5th spot. Holding strong, up 3 spots from where he started. Not necessarily lighting the world on fire, but running consistently up into the top 5 and having himself a good run right now. Richard Leclerc coming down pit road again. I don't know if Leclerc's having some technical issues or if he sped on pit road or something, but he is back on pit road. Again, tires again, so not really sure what's going on with the 117. Smalley says, that's my driver, go Lucas, is Lucas having a great run up in the top 5. Jonathan Jennings starting to close in on Adam Gardner lap after lap. He's cut that lead now down to 1/10 of a second. And looking for a way around that 56, but we know Gardner can make that truck as wide as he wants. He's trying to hold off that 91 as they come down the backstretch. So we are past halfway, and caution is out on the racetrack. Looks like Samia has binned it off of turn number 4. It's going to bring up another wreckage rewind. So we take a look to see what happened between, it looks like the 63 of Gary Maydew. Oh, that is going to end Samia's day as they made heavy contact into the wall. Let's take another look at this one because it looks like that's tough to say what happened there. That's and you hate to accuse somebody of dumping somebody, but which I'm not doing by any means, but looks like the 60, oh, it was net code. Looks like the 63 is coming down just a little bit. Might have been a little bit loose coming down on the 3, and yeah, hard contact with the outside wall for Michael Samia. That's going to bring everybody back down on the pit road. And Chris Leftwich is going to be the first truck off of pit road. Looks like our top 4 off of pit road all took 2 tires. So Chris Leftwich, 2 tires. Kevin Thompson with 2 tires. Mike Leftwich with 2 tires. And then Christopher Simon with 2 tires. Our first driver with 4 tires was Adam Gardner and Jonathan Jennings. And another 2-tire stop for the 55, which looks like he's might be coming back down pit road, realizing that's probably not going to work back where he's at. Looks like the 2 of Ricky Montgomery also taking 2 tires here. So Lucas Edwards is going to fall all the way back to the 10th position due to all these drivers in front of him taking 2 tires. Chat just got busy here. Good luck, son Christopher Simon. We love you. And RIP to the number 3. Yeah, that tough wreck for Samia. Again, hard hit with that outside corner, and Samia still down on pit road. Again, the Doghouse Racing League does not use resets, so no quick repairs for these drivers. Any damage that happens here on the racetrack will have to be repaired or retired from the race. So we're coming to complete lap 46 of 74. Christopher Simon, Kevin Thompson, Mike Leftwich, and Chris Leftwich, Kevin Thompson, Mike Leftwich, and Christopher Simon, all your top 4 on strategy, taking 2 tires only. And Adam Gardner is going to restart in the 5th position, first driver on 4 tires. Jonathan Jennings is going to restart in 6th. And wasn't sure what was going on with the 56 right there. So Chris Leftwich going to take the top lane on this restart. Another couple twitches here. Another Twitch chat here. Suspect RL says, let's go Lucas Edwards. Savio says, I would take in 6 tires, but that's just me. And yeah, a little laugh at that one. Yeah, for sure. I mean, they say 8 tires is better than 4, but I think that's when you have 2 trucks running side by side, not on the truck itself. Here we go. Leftwich now choosing the inside lane. So he was going to restart on the high side. Now he's going to restart on the inside. Kevin Thompson to the outside, row 1. And then Mike Leftwich and Christopher Simon in row number 2. Adam Gardner and Jonathan Jennings will be in row number 3 as the field makes their way off of turn number 4. Pace car taking that hard left-hand turn down onto pit road as they approach the Geico restart zone. Green flag is back in the air. We are back racing here at Texas. Down into turn number 1, Christopher Simon with a great jump over Mike Leftwich. Kevin Thompson's going to fall back into the 3rd spot. Here comes Adam Gardner, though. Those 4 tires making it 3 wide on the bottom. Down the backstretch and into turn number 3. Gardner is going to jump up into the 2nd position immediately. Here comes Justin McMahon, also on 4 tires. Oh, McMahon almost loses it. Another great save. We've seen a few great saves tonight. McMahon may need a new pair of britches after that one. One driver may just went off track and came back on track, and Eddie Rivers has looped it around on the, I believe that's turn number 2 there. See what happened to the 10 here. Oh. Hard contact for Ricky Williams is that's why Eddie Rivers also had some issues here. Oh, so I'm sorry, 73. That's Wimmer got loose there, got into the 15, sent them all out of shape, and then down into Ricky Williams. So tough break for Williams and Wimmer and Eddie Rivers as well. Back here, though, we've got a gaggle of trucks as we see the 91 of Jennings up on the high side, working his way around Mike Leftwich and Lucas Edwards. Take that back. Edwards is moving forward on those 4 fresh tires. He's able to go by Kevin Thompson here. He's trying to get by the 60 of Mike Leftwich here as well. In the chat, we see put it out. Now they continue going as we have 23 laps to go, so less than 25 laps to go. Look at this hornet's nest back here. Take a look here from the iRacing blimp, and yeah, just a hornet's nest from Justin McMahon on back. And that's allowing Adam Gardner just to extend and stretch his lead. While we have less than 25 laps to go, let's do a little, let's listen to the sights and sounds here at Texas Motor Speedway with a little bit of what I like to call pumping up the intensity. Great sights and sounds here at Texas Motor Speedway. We got a little bit of a battle heating up here between Justin McMahon and Jonathan Jennings. As Michael Samia makes his way down on the pit road, as Jennings had Justin McMahon all over the back bumper. Just behind we see Frank Hughes and Lucas Edwards battling it out. This is a battle for 4th and 5th. Glad you guys enjoy the pump up the intensity segment we like to do. It's always great to hear and see the sights and sounds around this racetrack. Big battle back here. Chris Leftwich. Now looks like the 9 of Steven Bonomo. Ooh. 9 really loose there down on the bottom. But here comes Gary Clune moving by the 13 as well. So the 2 tires that these drivers took did not work out in their favor, as they've all fallen back. Meanwhile, while that's going on, we see Adam Gardner continuing to lead. But Jonathan Jennings is starting to sneak into the picture. You see Jennings has been faster the last 3 laps. We are coming to 13 laps to go. For the Lucas Edwards fans, he's currently sitting back in the 5th position, trying to chase back down Frank Hughes. Right behind we see Gary Maydew and the 89 Dominic Hughes battling side by side. It's a battle for 7th and 8th with Kevin Thompson right in front. Daniel Wilkerson, and that is the 31 of Marshall Johnson battling side by side. It's a battle for 15th, as Daniel Wilkerson's going to take that position away. It looks like Jonathan Jennings is starting to fall back a little bit as well, as Adam Gardner is starting to... Yeah, you see Adam Gardner starting to pull back away as we see those Jennings numbers turning it back to the red side, which means he's a little bit slower than Gardner. Yeah, there again, slower than Gardner again. Could be he's trying to save a little bit of fuel. He might be a little bit short, as we are coming to 10 laps to go next time by. So this could get interesting in the next few laps. So across the stripe, 10 laps to go for Adam Gardner. Can he hold off Jonathan Jennings to get his first win of the season? And McMahon just doing a little serpentine down the backstretch. I don't know if he's, again, trying to save fuel, or if he's coming down pit road, or just got a little loose off the corner, because he's falling way back now. As Jennings and Gardner are trading lap times back and forth. This time by across the stripe, Adam Gardner a little bit slower than Jennings this time. The interval is still just over 0.6 of a second. See the graph there, who's been, how that interval's shrank just a little bit. As we are quickly approaching the end of the race. Coming across the line, 6 laps to go. And the lead still over, just about half a second over to just Jonathan Jennings there, but Jennings starting to close that gap. Coming into turn number 3. Cross the line this time. The flagman's got 5 fingers in the air. 5 laps to go, and Jennings continues to reel in the 56 of Adam Gardner. We all know it's one thing to catch a driver, it's another thing to get by him. Looks like Jennings might be able to catch him, but can he run him down? Or can he get around him here? Coming to just 4 laps to go. The interval is now 0.4 of a second into turn number 1. Just McMahon's fallen back 3.5 seconds behind this battle. Frank Hughes back in 4th, about a second behind McMahon. Then Lucas Edwards is about a half a second behind Hughes. Three laps to go. Do have a battle for 5th heating up as Kevin Thompson is right there on the back bumper of Lucas Edwards. We'll see how that one plays out, but the battle for the lead is starting to heat up as there's lap traffic that might make their way into the mix as well. Two laps to go here at Texas. Jennings inching closer to Adam Gardner as they're coming up on the lap truck of Bill Gentry, who is a lap down, had some damage from an earlier incident. Jennings is there. 0.2 of a second separate our top 2. Off of turn number 4. White flag is in the air. Jennings is there. Lap traffic out in front. Into turn number 1. Lap traffic's going to say hi and out of the way. Jennings going to try to run down the 56, trying to get the good launch off of turn number 2. And Gentry's not able to allow Jennings to get the run off the corner he wanted. Loses a little bit of momentum down into turn number 3. Jennings going to give everything he's got here off of turn number 4. But coming to the stripe, the mystery machine, Scooby Snacks for everyone. Adam Gardner gets the win here tonight at Texas. Jonathan Jennings comes home 3rd. Justin McMahon comes across the stripe in the 3rd. Frank Hughes 4th, and Kevin Thompson just barely inches out Lucas Edwards to get bring it home in 5th. But man, what a win here tonight from Adam Gardner. Coming down onto the front stretch where he's going to celebrate his victory here tonight. He's going to get himself a little Polish victory lap here at Texas as we take a look at the final results. And Adam Gardner getting the win. Jonathan Jennings in 2nd. Justin McMahon back in 3rd. Frank Hughes and Kevin Thompson, your top 5. Lucas Edwards brings home 6th. Dominic Hughes in 7th. Mike Leftwich, Mark Dumont Gary Maydew round up your top 10. Chris Leftwich falls back to 11th on those 2 tires. Stephen Bonomo back in 12th. Gary Clune in 13th. Christopher Simon and Daniel Wilkerson, your top 15. 16th is Marshall Johnson. 17th, Leander Johnson. Ricky Montgomery brings it home in 18th. 19th, Justin Hughes and Bill Gentry round out your top 20. 21st, Richard Leclerc. 22nd, Ricky Hudges a second. Jeffrey Wimmer back in 23rd. Eddie Rivers 24th. Ricky Williams 25th. And Mike Samia brings it home in the final 26th position. As Adam Gardner makes his way back to the start-finish line, where we're going to get a word with our top 3. Starting with our 3rd place finisher, Justin McMahon. Justin, you got Josh up in the booth. You got me?
Yeah, I got you, Josh.
Man, what a run here tonight, coming home 3rd. I know it was kind of an up-and-down race for a lot of drivers here, and you were one of them, just not able to really find the speed on the long run. Talk us through the race and what you could have done a little bit differently as far as strategy to keep yourself in contention a little bit better.
Tire management, I think, was the biggest thing, and I really didn't get a chance to practice a whole lot there leading up to tonight, other than when the session opened up. So lost touch with the track a little bit. I was just trying to figure out where to hit my marks to try to save the best amount of tires without losing a whole lot of ground. And that seemed pretty difficult tonight, especially there near the end there, trying to chase down Adam. And then once Jonathan got by me, I knew I was going to have to try to follow him and see if I could just mirror what he was doing. And then out of nowhere, the truck got tight and I hit the wall pretty good out of 2. And that was pretty much it for my night there, at least to even have a chance at 2nd at least. But tire management was the biggest thing. I mean, we were thinking fuel was going to be an issue, but those couple cautions there really eliminated that. But I know it was a lot of fun. This is usually always a tough track, and tire management is usually key here. But I think that was the biggest thing for tonight that we needed to work on, and I failed.
Speaking of tires, it was kind of surprising. I know you guys must have been surprised to see those drivers out there taking 2 tires. What was your thought on that call? And, what was it like trying to get around those drivers there? Because, those 2 tires sometimes can be a little treacherous.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that was for the guys that were in the back or, outside the top 5. I think that was probably a good gamble for them, because the left side's really on like a 30 or 20 lap run at least. The left sides really weren't wearing that bad. So I think, 10 to 15 laps into a run, it would balance out with the guys that would have taken 4. Maybe not though. I don't know. It's tough. I mean, you got to commend the guys for, trying to switch it up and get track position, but 4 tires I think was just super, super key. I knew if it went green for me that last run, for the final pit stop, I think I was going to try to just take right sides only there to try to, leapfrog Jonathan and Adam. But unfortunately the caution came out and I decided to take 4. You want to have the best chance and most longevity there with tires, especially with not knowing if the thing's going to go green the rest of the way, which it did. But I don't know. It's tough. It's a tough call.
Well, next week we go short track racing. How do you like your chances at the Milwaukee Mile next week?
Oh, I don't know. I don't think I've been there.
Oops, sounds like I threw you for a loop a little bit right there.
Yeah, I haven't even looked at the schedule, to be honest. I guess I'll have to do some practice. I like short tracks. Usually I think I'm halfway decent there. I'll just have to get some practice. And so I don't know. I guess it'll be a toss-up.
Well, Milwaukee to me is a mini New Hampshire, so or a sister track to New Hampshire. So as a home track to you, I think you'll do pretty well.
Yeah, flat, nice and flat. Yeah, that'll be all right. I think I'll be able to compete with the guys up front. I don't know if I'll be able to compete with Jonathan there, but I don't know. We'll see.
Well, before we let you go, Justin, anyone who want to thank you a shot you got to give here tonight?
Yeah, you guys for the broadcast. The boys at Loud Pedal Racing and Group 6 Interactive for the sponsor on the truck.
Awesome, man. Well, again, congrats on the podium here tonight, and good luck next week at Milwaukee. We look forward to talking to you again soon.
Yeah, thanks, Josh.
Have a great night.
You too.
So that was your third place finisher, Justin McMahon. Speaking of your second place finisher, Jonathan Jennings. Jonathan, you got Josh up in the booth. You got me?
Yes, sir. I got you.
Much like we saw last year, Adam Gardner just besting you a little bit here at Texas. But, man, you gave him a run there at the end. It came up just a little bit short. What could you have done differently there at the end, or did you just need a few more laps to run him down and get by him?
Much I could. That last caution wouldn't have come out. Would have been best, but it is what it is. Adam's has always been good here. But, yeah, we had a good race last year, and got caught speeding on pit road, and the goal was not to get caught speeding this time. I accomplished that and finished good, so it's a plus.
That's always a plus, being able to finish the race, especially on the lead lap, not having to dig yourself out of a hole. Speaking of pit stops, though, and cautions, we saw those drivers. I'm going to ask the same question as McMahon. We saw those drivers taking the 2 tires there. Did that kind of surprise you and that kind of raise some eyebrows out there, seeing those guys up on 2 tires?
Not really. It's kind of always an option with the trucks, but I didn't, as many laps as there was, I didn't think it would benefit to take 2 tires. If it would have went green, then yes, I would have took 2 on the last stop, because they would have been a handful of laps left, so the time would have been more important than the tires.
Well, again, a fantastic run for you here coming home P2. Next week, we move on to Milwaukee Mile. I don't think we've run the Milwaukee Mile in the truck series in a while. So how do you like your chances at that flat short track there?
Oh, I have no idea. I haven't really raced there before. I've practiced it. It's a nice little track, similar to New Hampshire, but there's really not a second lane. You got to stay on the bottom, so I'll go practice, and I don't know, we'll see.
Yeah, it's always been considered New Hampshire's sister track, so look forward to calling the race there next week. And again, congratulations coming home P2 tonight. Before I let you go, anyone to thank any shots you got to give here tonight?
Yeah, you guys for the broadcast, Daniel and all the admins for everything they do, Shoney's and Next Level for the league sponsors, and my teammates. Of course, they weren't really here, but and shout out to Adam on the good race there and the win.
Awesome, man. Well, again, congratulations on the runner-up position, and again, good luck next week over at the Milwaukee Mile. We'll talk to you again soon.
Thank you.
Have a great night.
You too.
That was your second place finisher, Jonathan Jennings. Let's bring in your winner here tonight. Driver of the 56 Mystery Machine. The one and only Adam Gardner. Adam, you got Josh up in the booth. You got me?
Got you, baby.
Man, Scooby Snacks for everyone I see in the chat there tonight. Man, great one. Win tonight. You won last year here at Texas, and you do it again. What is it about this track that just clicks into your driving style? Because you just seem to be so fast here all the time.
I don't know, but it is very quickly becoming like my favorite of tracks to run. Yeah, something about it, I can get through 1 and 2 really good, which seems to help. And then, I don't know, I actually feel like I lose time in 3 and 4 every time we come here. But I make up enough in 1 and 2 that it kind of balances it out, if not offsets a little bit in my favor. And, I came in here, I'd set some pretty high goals and expectations for myself just because of, how things tend to work out here. Pretty good track record, I guess, is one way to put it. But I I don't know. I guess something just fits me with the way this track runs, and I'm happy with it. Really can't complain. A lot of good hard racing tonight. An absolute blast there, and hopefully everybody enjoyed watching it.
Now, it was a great race to watch up here. A lot of strategy there at the end of those drivers taking 2 tires. And as the laps were clicking down, you just kind of came out of nowheres and went right by Jennings. And but he was reeling you in there at the end. Talk about those last few laps. I'm sure you were mirror driving pretty much the entire last 10 laps or so. Did you have a worry that he might catch you there at the end?
Yeah, I was watching both him and Justin, and I figured Justin caught the wall there late when all of a sudden I seen him dropping back some. But once we were just talking about it some in the waiting room. I just kind of was trying to bide my time a little bit, take care of my stuff once I got a little bit out front there, because I knew Jonathan was going to be coming on the back end, and I'd want to have something to be able to fight against him with. And so I definitely didn't want to. I tried not to give up too much, but I tried not to burn up too much, if that makes any sense. And yeah, those guys taking 2 definitely surprised me, especially with how much there was left to go. I figured that most that left them a set of lefts in the pits, and I know I wasn't coming back down unless I was wrecked at that point, just because of the tire limits, and just tried to get through it. I got lucky to where the seas opened up a little bit there on the restart, and got through pretty quickly, and it gave it enough to where things worked out well for me.
Well, next week we move over to the Milwaukee Mile. I know it's a track we really haven't run here in the Doghouse League. How do you like your chances over at that track?
Nowhere close to as much as I liked them tonight. You know me, I'm a realist. The flatter, shorter tracks I don't seem to do too well. That being said, I want to say I said that about Gateway last season and then surprised myself with a 3rd place finish, I think. So, I don't know, maybe, tonight was what I needed to kind of turn around the season. Had some self-inflicted damage in the opener a couple weeks ago at the Rock when I was running in a good position. I just got a little greedy too soon, and cold tires really screwed myself up. And all those technical issues last week. I couldn't stay connected, couldn't stay powered up, kept freezing up, and rather than risk taking out the rest of the field, I just made the call to call it a night early, and took the last place finish. So I really, lots of positives out of tonight. Good points night. Good for morale, momentum. So I'll take it. I'm happy.
Well, I know this is the best way to gauge how you'll do next week at Milwaukee Mile. How do you like New Hampshire?
No.
Then you won't like Milwaukee.
It's my home track, and about the only thing I like is the fact that when they come to town, I'm either in the infield or right up there in the camping area or something like that, getting a great view. But as far as running at the short tracks, the flat tracks, I don't know if they just don't mesh well with me. They were kind of my undoing last season, but we'll take it. Like I said, I felt that way going in. I think it was Gateway last season, and all of a sudden I had a great run. So I won't knock it till I try it, and the race ain't over till the checker flag flies.
Well, before we let you go, we're just gonna say Kevin Brown shouted you out in the chat here, saying congratulations to you, Jennings, and Justin. And before we let you go, Adam, anyone you want to thank, a shot you got to give here tonight?
I want to thank you guys for bringing it to everybody. Daniel for putting this on. My smoking hot wife for going ahead and letting me come on here and play. K-Doggy, Kevin Brown, he is one of my favorite people to draft with, and I put it in the chat last week. He's my most trusted person for drafting. I really feel comfortable when I have him either in front of or behind me. So love to hear that he's shouting me out. K-Dog, shouting you right back out, buddy. And miss you out here tonight.
Awesome, man. Well, go celebrate that victory, and good luck next week in Milwaukee, and I'm sure we'll talk to you again soon.
Sounds good. Y'all have a good night.
Have a great night. Well, there you have it. Adam Gardner getting the win here tonight at Texas, going back-to-back in seasons at Texas here, and it's turning out to be the Adam Gardner show whenever we should roll into this track. But that's going to do it for us here tonight in the Doghouse Racing League presented by Shoney's. Of course, always want to shout out Shoney's for being a great sponsor of the league. As always, the Doghouse Racing League's Tuesday Night Truck Series is proud to be sponsored by Shoney. Shoney's open for daily for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Stop by one of their West Virginia locations and try their freshly prepared legendary breakfast bar, or take home a full strawberry pie. Shoney's delicious food and friendly service since 1947. Of course, we want to thank all of our other great partners as well, including The Butt Kicker. For all your gaming haptic needs, visit thebuttkicker.com, intensitybroadcasting.com. For iRacing setups and coaching, visit raceepi.com. Don't forget to check out the Doghouse Racing League's website as well for all their news, standings, and results. Check out doghouseracingle.com. Links for everything are down below in the description. That's going to do it for us here tonight on Intensity Broadcasting. Again, thank you all for joining us here tonight. Don't forget to tune in for the final race of the SCSRA Championship right after this one tonight. And as always, as our boy Atlee Atman Weiss would say, over and out.